What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back to another video. Today I'm actually working on a batch of 10 of these. These are what I call the Minimalist Trekker, and they're just a 1095 blade with a Cerakote finish, no handles, just a super minimalist kind of backpacker's knife. And so I'm working on a batch of 10 of them today. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that blade, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about like the water jet services that people have and getting water jet blanks cut out and stuff like that, because I see people ask a lot about it, and you know, it's somewhat, I guess, controversial, I guess people say, and I don't have a ton of my stuff water jet cut, just some of these like I would call these almost like a production knife, because I try to have my hands touch them as little as possible. As hard as that is, kind of, I still have a lot of work in each one of these, but getting blanks water jet cut, in my point of view, is not at all, goes against any knife making at all. It's sitting there at the bandsaw and cutting out blanks is pretty much mindless. So, like, for example, I have 3 or 4 of my designs water jet cut. So the one, and this is how you get them right from water jet, okay? This is my little mini karambit that I have. These are cut by water jet. My Trekker H model is water jet cut. And you can see, this is exactly how they come from the water jet. They're all rusty, and these are 1095. And what I like about getting them water jet cut is you can see, hopefully, maybe not, there's jimping right here, here, and here, okay? So if you guys have ever used a checkering file or put jimping in, you know kind of how time consuming that is. And that's why this model I still have water jet cut, because they're able to do all that jimping, and it saves me a ton of time. So the first knife that I designed and had water jet cut was this Minimalist Trekker, which you can see it's the same as the Trekker H. It just has a bunch of weight relief cutouts, same jimping, same little lanyard hole in the back. So this is the same blade, but my H model, which is set up with 1/4-inch pins instead. So this gets a handle and the whole deal. So I guess I just wanted to explain the process a little bit. I only have, like I said, 3 of my designs are water jet cut, and there's ups and downs of doing it, because a lot of times you have to have a minimum order quantity to be able to, you know, have them go through the CAD process and cutting them and all that stuff. So there's a little bit of an expense as far as you have to have 10 or 20 or 30 of them done at a time. And there's always some little flaws, like you can see in this one. You can see this little tab right here, and that's just where it was still connected to that piece of steel. So they still, you get these and they still need a ton of work. It's not just like, oh, here, let's cut these out and then sell them. There's still a ton of work that gets in, you know, that goes with it. So, you know, you guys know, if you follow me for a while, I do primarily custom orders, like, you know, very specific custom orders for customers. So the water jet thing doesn't work out super great for me. It's not like some big time saver. However, I like to do these batches of these Minimalist Trekkers as often as I can. And like, so right now I'm on serial number 46. So I've done 46 of them. Hope maybe you guys can see. The lighting isn't quite right for it, but basically these, I'll just explain the whole process of these blades in particular, because these have the most outsourcing of any of my stuff. So I order these normally 10 or 20 at a time, and I don't sell any of them. Like, I don't pre-sell any of them normally. I used to, but it just provided more of a headache than anything, because you're always waiting on somebody else. Like, so for example, these, I order them, they send them to me, and then once I receive them, I have to clean them up, heat treat them, and then grind the bevels. And if you guys, a couple videos back, I did a video on grinding all the bevels for these knives. And it's kind of a pain in the, you know, it's not the best day when you have to grind 10 of these And luckily on this batch, I didn't mess any up. They were all good. So once I get them all ground, I send them to a local company to me. I actually drive them over there and they do the Cerakote work. So you can see this one has a burnt bronze Cerakote finish, which is really cool. And every batch I've done in different colors. I did black, orange, and now this one. They're really great to work with. And they also do my laser engraving, which I don't know why you can't see it very good, but you can see the logo there, the serial number up there, and then it says Trekker on the back there, which you can't see. But so then once I get them back, I have to do the Kydex for them. And I just set these all up for Alti clips or Tek-Loks. And then I have to put the final edge on them, which you can see this one's got a nice polished edge. And this one is technically ready to sell. So I've got 3 done today. I think 7 more to do. And I'm kind of making this video because I got kind of bored of doing Kydex. So you can see this one's pressed up and ready to, you know, get the rivets in and everything. And then I'll be posting these for sale in the next couple days. So I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about the whole process of these. And, you know, the majority of all my knives, I cut them all out on the bandsaw. I drill all the holes. And it's all, like I said, it's all super monotonous work that if you can afford to outsource some of the stuff, depending on how busy you are, it's definitely worth doing. So I think, don't quote me on this or whatever, but like, for example, when I order X amount of this blank, I think I can get them done for about $12 to $15 each. And that is including the steel costs. These are $10.95. So you kind of have to take all that into consideration because obviously you have to buy the steel, get it shipped to you. Shipping's always expensive on steel. You know, your time of cutting it out, drilling the holes, profiling it, shaping it, all that stuff kind of comes into consideration when you're doing this, you know, at a little bit more of a, not necessarily production, but a little more of a bulk level. If you're just making 1 knife a month, it's obviously not worth doing. I'd like to get to where I have more of my designs with the Waterjet company to where they can just, I can say, yeah, send me 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, and then I can go from there. Because in my eyes, having blanks Waterjet cut is not like, it doesn't go against anything that I'm doing. It takes no skill. There's nothing involved in, like I said, sitting in front of a bandsaw and cutting out a design. There is ups of it as far as everyone is exactly the same. Like if you look at, here's 4, okay, of my mini Scouts, okay? And these, I cut all these out. These are all heat treated, but they're not at all the same. It's hard to show in the video, but you can see maybe the jimping's a little different on them because I just eyeball and do these all by hand. So there's some ups and downs of having stuff Waterjet cut and doing everything in-house. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. And also share kind of the steps and processes of doing these minimalist Trekkers, which these are awesome little backpacker knives. Like I said, I think I'm on number 46. So I've done quite a few of them and I just do small batches when I kind of squeeze in an extra couple days to be able to work on them. So that's my day today. It's about 10:30. And I'm super excited because I just got a call from R&L Carriers and they're dropping off a package today with a semi truck. So stay tuned for a video about that. Make sure you subscribe, you like the video, drop a comment if you have any questions. And thanks for watching, guys.